Welcome to my channel. Today I have come here with a topic which is not usually taken into importance, but this is the most important thing that has to be considered. So it is the impact of coronavirus, that is COVID-19 pandemic, that has caused on the mental health of people. We all know that we are trying to cope up with this COVID-19 and we call it as the new normal. But let me tell you how exactly people are facing this particular situation. And this has led to a lot of mental health issues in a lot of people. So let me give you some insight about this mental health situations in this pandemic condition and how to cope up with this particular new normal. So coming to the table of contents, I will introduce to you a little bit on the mental health, importance of mental health, and few statistics to tell you how this mental health issues are happening around the world, and particularly who are at risk at this particular stage, and what are the risks that are basically for the healthcare workers, and what are the other causes for these kind of mental health issues, and coming to few coping strategies that will be very useful, and some helplines which may be useful for people who are at risk, and few takeaway messages. So mental health. So what is this? So mental health, it is all about like how exactly one feel and one exactly behaves. So there is a link between your mental status and your physical appearance and how you behave. It actually depends on each other. So it definitely, if you're having certain mental health issues, you may have certain relationship issues, and then that may lead to physical health issues also. So it can be other way around also. So in case you are not feeling well, you have health issues that can have an impact on your relationships, and that can have indirectly impact on your mental health. So it can be in forward direction or reverse direction, but definitely mental health is an important thing, and that has to be given utmost importance. So during this pandemic, we have seen a lot of cases with this mental health, and according to some studies in US that they have carried about, so they have told that 1 in 5 adults are experiencing this kind of mental health issues. And according to a survey done in 2017, 11.2 million adults are suffering from mental health issues, according to National Institute of Mental Health. So you can see with a lot of stress conditions and lot of pandemic situations like this, people are falling into this mental health issues. So definitely self-care has to be given utmost importance. So more than 1 in 3 Americans, okay? So if you take a 3 count, 1 in that are suffering from these kind of anxiety, depression issues. So this is according to US Census Bureau, okay? And according to the study which is carried out by Lancet, there has been a lot of cases with these kind of mental health distress seen during the pandemic in comparison with before pandemic. We know that people are facing a lot of issues. They're stressed, they feel very anxiety issues are there. They feel depressed because of this situation, and all this can lead to mental health issues. So we have to take care about this, and definitely we have seen more cases with women in compared to men, because they have seen that they are more stressed under this situation. This pandemic situation has brought more stress in people, especially the women, because they have to manage the house, and this work from home concept has made it more difficult for them. So due to this physical and mental stress, they have seen that this case of mental health issues are increasing in women, and some study also tells that 1 in 5 women are prone to this compared to 1 in 8 men. So you can see how women are more prone to this particular situation. So current pandemic has definitely affected the mental health in greater way. We know that. So we have to think how to cope up this particular thing, and how can we take care about ourselves through self-care. So this COVID outbreak that has happened, because of which we have to think about the mental health, as I told you. So what happened is, during this outbreak and COVID and other issues, more focus was given on how this disease is spreading, how to stop the transmission of this disease, and how to manage this outbreak. So all focus was on that, but no focus was given on these kind of mental health issues that people are facing because of this pandemic. So definitely, if more awareness is created about this and more coping strategies are told to people, definitely they can come out from these particular issues. And definitely the physiological state of an individual. So if you are in a good condition, your family will be in a good condition. And if your family is in good condition, you can contribute to a society in a better way. So this quarantine and self-isolation, so this has been the main thing because of which people are facing a lot of mental trauma, okay? Because we have to have these conditions, because we know that transmission of this disease has to be stopped somehow. And for that, they have this control strategies that they have given, that is quarantine condition and self-isolation. But this has led to a negative impact on the patient's mental health, okay? So this is according to the study, and we know that this is right. So definitely this separation from their loved ones and a certain uncertainty because of this condition is leading to a lot of issues. So definitely if a lot of awareness is created about this particular situation and coping strategies are told to them, definitely they can come out of this particular situation. So they have seen that during this pandemic, the people who are suffering from COVID, they are more prone to this kind of mental health issues. So according to the reports, they tell that they are more susceptible because they are in that trauma, they are in that stage where they are suffering from COVID, and they are in the isolation and other situations which will lead to empty mind, and we know that empty mind is a place for devil's workshop. So in this case, they fall into these kind of mental health issues, and they have seen that this kind of anxiety and depression is seen more in hospitalized patients and definitely in patients who are in ICU. So some symptoms of these are from starting like confusion, insomnia, decreased memory, poor concentration, anxiety. So these can be initial symptoms, and if this is not taken care at the initial stage, it might lead to critical symptoms also. And we have also seen some post-traumatic stress disorders in these kind of intensive care patients. So coming to who are at risk, definitely children and teenage kids are at risk. Elderly people who are not involved in too much work, they might be at risk. Health workers, because of too much stress conditions at work, they are at risk. And this kind of stigmatization, we have seen that initially when this COVID all started, when we saw a few cases and we know that that patient was suffering from COVID, there was a negative way of looking at them. So that also led to a lot of health issues or mental health issues in those people. But later, after the cases started increasing, this kind of stigmatization has reduced now drastically, and now we don't take it as something different. But initially this was happening, and because of which many people fell into this prey of this mental health issues. And even financial stress and economic situation because of this pandemic, which has led to either losing of jobs or disruptions in your business, even that has led to a lot of mental health issues. And when I consulted few psychologists, even they told me that this pandemic situation has led to a lot of mental health issues, and people are calling them every now and then to take some support so that they can try to come out from these issues and see how to cope up from it. So definitely our healthcare workers are at risk. They are at maximum risk because they are continuously working in this area and seeing this people suffering. It leads to a lot of mental trauma to them. They are even in the psychological stress as well as the physical stress, because they are working day in and day out to make us safe, and that can lead to a lot of mental trauma to them, and their moral injury also is under this situation. It becomes very difficult for them because they may have to choose between patients sometimes, because they may have one oxygen cylinder there, oxygen supply, and they may have 4-5 patients which they cannot treat simultaneously. So it might be a difficult task for them. And we also know that discomfort that it is creating because of these PPE kits can be a problem to them. So we have one solution, that is school PPE kit. I've already made a video on that. You can just have a look on that also when you're free. And definitely these kind of health issues can definitely lead to mental health issues in healthcare workers also. And definitely if this is going to happen, it is indirectly going to impact us. So we have to take care about our healthcare workers and see to it their mental health is good enough. As we all know, stress is a major issue which is leading to mental health problems. So this stress can lead to a lot of hormonal imbalances. And when there is hormonal imbalances happening within us, that can also lead to depression. So I'll tell you one case where endocrine disorders can lead to mental health issues. So if you have certain endocrine disorders, then your hormone production will be hampered. So I'm giving you an example of hypothyroidism. In this particular case, your thyroid glands will not have enough capability to produce the thyroid hormone. and this will lead to a lot of physical and mental health issues. So some side effects of these are depressed mood, lethargy, anxiety, confusion, inability to focus, etc. So the thyroid gland of the endocrine system, it produces certain hormones like T3 and T4, and in the nervous system we have the hypothalamic pituitary system, which has the receptor for this particular hormone. So in case this works properly in tandem, we have hemostasis. But what happens if your endocrine system is not functioning properly? This T3 and T4 hormone is not produced, and if this hormone is not produced, it will have an impact on the nervous system. So in this way, if there is no proper hormone production, it can lead to increased depression and other mental health issues. So definitely physical stress, mental stress, as well as personal stress, these are the major things that are responsible for hampering your hormone secretion. And we have seen how once your hormone secretion is hampered, it can affect your mental health. So definitely your physical health and mental health are very much connected, and we have seen how stress can lead to a hormonal imbalance, and even that can lead to mental health issues. So we all know that stress is good to some extent, right? We do our work when we are having certain deadlines, and that may lead to certain stress in us. But definitely this persistent stress for too long can affect one's health. So definitely, apart from that, we have already also known that serotonin, okay, so this is a hormone that is secreted in our brain, and this hormone is called as the good hormone, okay, so it helps, it is a hormone which helps us to keep us happy. But in patients suffering from this mental health issues, we have seen that these hormone is reduced. So if serotonin is reduced, your happy life decreases to some extent. And there is increased level of cortisol. So this is a stress related hormone. So when there is more stress in you, this cortisol level increases in you in the bloodstream, and this indirectly affects your mental health. So apart from mental health issues, it also leads to weight gain. So we might have seen people suffering from mental health issues, they even gain a lot of weight. So that might be because of stress and because of the cortisol levels which are increasing in their body. So we have seen how mind and body is interconnected. So if your mind is fresh and you are taking care about your health properly, then your body is also in good condition. So that is how your mind and body is very much interconnected. So after telling you some details about the COVID pandemic and how that has led to a lot of mental health issues, let me tell you a few healthy coping ways also. So we all know that this pandemic has led to a lot of issues, and we see certain times that people are not following the guidelines properly, and that can lead to a negative impact on us. So instead of trying to focus on how to make them do the things, you try to keep distance from them. So in that way, if you try to keep yourself safe, then that can have a positive impact on you. So do not try to skip your medical appointment. So we all know that people are trying to avoid going to hospitals because they feel that they are scared, okay, because of this pandemic that has happened. But you can always consult your doctor through a virtual call. So see to it that you have an appointment done through your virtual calls if you wish to, and that can help you in some way. And we know we have delivery systems, food and medicines can be delivered through these systems, and this can be of great help during this pandemic situation. And when you're watching certain information, please try to, regarding the pandemic and other issues, you can watch it from authenticated sources so that you do not fall into the prey of too much fake news. And even you can check on the news only a few times a day. Like some people we have seen 24 hours they sit in front of the news channel to check what is happening. So that is not good. That can have a negative impact on your brain. So please see to it that you keep some time for the news to keep yourself updated, but do not watch it continuously. And social distancing does not mean social isolation. Please keep that in mind. So you can connect to your loved ones through virtual mode. There are a lot of platforms like that. You can use that effectively and try to use it, and try not to fall into arguments, and see that you let it go. So you can try to use your time effectively, spend time with your family, see that, think that you're not alone. You should keep that in mind first. You may have someone who you can talk to. So please feel free and try to talk to them. Seek help if you have feelings these kind of issues. And definitely, if you're too much stressed, take a break and come back to work. So taking a break will definitely help you in improving your mental status, and have some me time. So you should have this. You should, if you can have this me time, you can boost your mental health in a very much way, and try to have certain meditations or yoga, whichever you are comfortable with, and that can help you stay positive. So I'm sharing few helpline numbers also, so that if people are facing this kind of problems and they do not have people to speak to, they can consult NIMHANS. Okay, they have their free toll-free number which can be used. So once you talk to them, they will just guide you how you can think in a different way. Okay, so you might be your path of thinking might be something same, but they can tell you how you can think, how to cope up. So these kind of support will be given, and that will be definitely helpful. So this is one toll-free number which will be useful from NIMHANS. Apart from that, there is also one from Maharashtra government, that is the BMC, that is Empower One-on-One. So this is also a free mental health support helpline, and people can definitely make use of this. And this is one more contact of psychologist Akshata Naik. She is a friend of mine. So she's a psychologist who is from Dharwad. This is a mobile number, and you can contact her through Facebook also in case you want some help. So she can counsel you in a better way. So coming to few takeaway messages, we all know that mental health has taken a toss during this current pandemic, and we have already seen that there is definitely a link between the hormonal levels in us and the mental health condition in a patient or in an individual. So definitely try to seek help if you're feeling lonely, feeling some kind of mental health issues, and talk to people you trust. Okay, so you can stay connected through virtual platforms, you can have a video call done, so that can help you in coming out from these kind of situations. And definitely you have to plan your own coping strategy. So you can try to learn something new which excites you, whatever excites you, try to use that kind of coping strategies, and always try to stick to a plan that will help you in keeping yourself busy, and that will help you indirectly in maintaining your mental health. So social distancing is not social isolation. As I told you, keep that in mind and use delivery systems effectively so that you can stay safe and stay vigilant from this pandemic. So try to get yourself adjusted to the new normal that we call that the new normal. Okay, so in this way you can try to explore new things during this pandemic, and think that it is a time given to you to spend time with your family, and take it positively and try to learn something new. In this way you can help yourself from this particular mental health issues. So these are the references that I used for making this PPT that I'm sharing with you. Please share it with the maximum people that you know, and do support us, and please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for instant notifications. Thank you.